Now, I miss you so much, my class. Today, we're going to start a new unit, which is Unit 9. It's about properties of matter. It's about properties of matter, right? Introduction. So, let's explain what matter is first. What's matter? Right? Matter, by definition, is anything that has a mass and volume. Anything that has a mass and volume. Volume means it occupies a space. It can occupy a certain space, right? It has a volume, right? And it has a mass. If you put it on a scale, it has a mass, a significant mass. So almost everything is matter, right? In that context. Everything that we see around us, including ourselves, is matter. I am a matter, you are a matter, the table is a matter, the classroom is matter, the board is matter, the pen is matter, this pen is matter, the desk is matter, so everything is matter. The air that's blowing around is matter. So everything is matter, right? Everything is what? Matter. Examples of matter include books, desks, smoke, etc., etc., right? These are just examples. These are just what? Examples. Let's repeat that again. What's matter? Matter is anything that has a mass. Number one, it has what? A mass. Two, and volume. So if the substance has these two things, mass and volume, it is what? It's a matter. And volume means it occupies a space, certain space, right? Certain space, yes. For example, when you put your book on the table, it occupies a certain space on the table, right? It occupies a certain space on the table. So it has taken up a space. Volume, that's its volume, right? That's its volume. And if you take your book and put it on a scale, it has a significant weight. Yes, some grams, right? It will be some grams, right? So it has a weight and it has a mass. Therefore, it's what? Therefore, it is a matter, right? Matter. I hope it's clear. Everything that we see around us, including ourselves, is matter. Everything, almost everything. The classroom we are in, the computer we are using and you will be using, the house you are in, the cars, the desks, the pen, the pencil, the blades, yes, the lahah you eat, everything is matter, right? Examples of matter are books, desks, smoke, etc. These are just examples of matter, right? States of matter. The matter has three states. State means a form. It can exist in three forms. Sometimes it's called phases, sometimes it's called states, sometimes it's called forms, right? Forms of matter, states of matter, phases of matter, they mean the same, right? So the matter has three states. It can be state number one, solid. Matter can exist in a solid form. Matter can exist what? In a solid form. For example, the stones that we pass by every day. You see stones, a lot of stones all around, mountains of stones all around sometimes, right? So these stones are salt. Animals, the cats, the goats, the sheep, the cows, the donkeys, the monkeys, baboons, people, trees, right? Cars, all these, a lot of things that are around us are of salt substance. So this is one form of what? one form of matter, one state of matter, one phase of matter. So phase, state, and form mean the same here, right? So stones and animals and trees, all these are solids and they are matter, right? Matter. So it's states of matter. States of matter, right? So we have stones, we have animals, we have trees. All of them are solid, which is what? Which is a state of matter, which is a state of matter, right? State of matter. Solids have certain characteristics that differs them from liquids and from gases, right? There are certain characteristics. The solids have definite shape. They have definite shape. That shape can be regular. It can be regular, means it has dimensions that can be measured. It can have lengths, it can have width, it can have height, so dimensions that so it can have regular, right? Definite. It could be irregular. For example, a stone. If you find a stone somewhere around, maybe in your home or in front of your home, in most of the cases, that stone will not have a regular shape. It will not have a regular dimensions. It will have different contours and a lot of irregularities on top of it, right? Yeah, on top of it, right? So it has definite shape, whether it's regular or irregular. It's a definite shape, known shape. The solids have definite volume, right? They can take up a space of a definite amount, definite volume. Solids have a definite mass. Solids have. So now my mobile phone is a rectangular shape. It has a regular definite shape. So it's a rectangular shape. It can take up a space, right? Like on my hand, now it took up a space, so it has a volume, definite volume. If I put it on a scale, it will definitely have what? A definite mass, some grams. It will be at least some grams, right? It will be at least some grams. Yes, it will be at least some grams. So solids have definite shape, definite volume, and definite mass. And definite mass. Right? I hope you understand it. Liquids are states of matter. Liquids. So examples of liquids are water. Water is an example of liquid. Milk is an example of liquid. Kerosene is an example of liquid. And others, many others. Think about all the liquids that you know. All the liquids that you know. These are examples of liquids. And liquid is a state of matter, right? State of matter. The liquid is a state of matter, right? Liquid is a state of matter, right? It's one form in which a matter can exist. It's one form in which a matter can exist. Just like solids, liquids have also certain characteristics. The liquids, unlike solids, liquids does not have definite shape. Does not have definite shape, right? Liquids does not have definite shape, right? Liquids does not have definite shape, right? Liquids does not, so I will remove the S. Liquid any liquid, right, does not have definite shape. So if they don't have definite shape, so what shape do they have? They usually take the shape of the container they are in. For example, if you pour water in a cup, the water will have the shape of the cup, right? Right? If you put it in a utensil which is of a rectangular shape, it will have a rectangular shape. It will just takes the shape of the container it is in. If you put it in a bottle, it will have the form of the bottle, just like this one. Now this bottle is full of water, right? It's full of water. So the water has now the shape of the bottle, right? So they take the shape of the container they are in. The liquids have definite volume. Although they don't have definite shape, they have definite volume, right? Definite volume, known volume, right? The liquids have definite mass. The liquids have definite mass, right? Yes. States of matter form 3. Gas. Gas. Liquid can also exist in a gas form, like smoke. Smoke, if you burn something and it produces smoke, that smoke is a just form of matter. Vapor, water vapor, like for example, when your mom is cooking and is making tea early in the morning, there's a little smoke that comes out of the sprout of the kettle, right? Of the long sprout of the kettle. There comes out as something that looks like a smoke, right? That's not definitely smoke. It is exactly a water. It's exactly water, which is in the form of gas, right? Yes. So it's called vapor, water vapor. Air, right? It's not airs. It's not airs. It's air. There's no s. Type in error, right? It's not s, right? It's not air. It's air, right? So smoke, vapor, air. These are examples of gas. Characteristics of gas, just like liquids and solids, gas has also certain characteristics. Gas does not have a definite shape. It does not have a definite shape at all. It does not have a definite volume. Gas has a definite mass, by the way. It has a definite mass. Although it's very insignificant and very small, yet it has a mass. But it does not have a volume, unlike liquids. It does not have shape, like solids, yes. So, and in solid, to sum up, in solid, particles are very close and very compact. So they have definite shape, definite volume, and definite mass. In liquid, the particles it's made up of are quite apart, but they are close enough to be touching, right? So they touch each other, but they're not as fixed as the particles of the salt. So although they cannot form a different shape like salts, still they can have a volume, right? They can have a volume, right? Gas, there's no relationship between the particles of a gas, right? They're definitely they are completely separate, right? There is no gas particle that's attached to the other, right? There's no relationship at all. There's no force of attraction between them. That's why they don't have definite shape, they don't have definite volume. But if you weigh them, right, they can have a definite mass, right? That's it. Yeah. Let's recap what we have discussed so far. Properties of matter. What's matter? Matter is anything that has a mass and volume. Everything that we see around us, including ourselves, is a matter. Examples of matter include books, desks, smoke, and others. Matter can exist in three forms, in three states, in three phases. Number one, solid. Examples: stones, animals, tree. Solids have certain characteristics. They exhibit certain characteristics. The solids have definite shape, the solids have definite volume, the solids have definite mass. All of them are definite in solids. In liquids, examples of liquids are water, milk, kerosene. Characteristics of liquids: they do not have a definite shape, but they take the shape of the container they are in, like the bottles or the cup. The liquids have definite volume and they have definite mass. States of matter: gas. Examples of gas: smoke, vapor, air. Characteristics of gas: